So I'm going to do a review on the Megahome water distiller machine for pure water, pure clean drinking water. It's not tap or reverse osmosis water. It's essentially a machine that heats up the water, vaporizes it, and then spits it out into a pot. So it comes into 4 pieces from the package. One is the pot, then the lid to the pot. The second middle part is where you pour the water into, and then the part on the right is essentially the distilling machine. Heats up the water, and then the water comes out through the receptacle. Basically, this is a whole lot cheaper than buying bottled water at the store. It essentially takes about 4 or 5 hours to distill water, and it costs about 28 cents a gallon, much cheaper than what you can buy in the store. So essentially just put the 4 pieces together. As you can see, that's the nozzle where the water is going to come out on the distiller. Just set that on top. Put the pot under the nozzle. Plug it in, and you're ready to go. So I have the 4 items, and I'm going to assemble them. Basically, it's going to take about 4 hours, and it costs about 28 cents for 4 hours of electricity. Again, way cheaper than the what you buy at the convenience store. Sometimes these bottles of water are marked up to $5 for a bottle, and you're not drinking water that's been contaminated by pipes or treated with chemicals at a water treatment plant, and you're not ingesting it. So this is basically, essentially, you're drinking vapored water. So the first step is to pour the water into the receptacle. Put the lid on the pot, the capture pot, and then put the machine on top of the receptacle that we just poured the water in. And plug in all the plugs. Again, this will be a 4 to 5 hour process, and we'll catch up in a few hours and show you the results. Here's the machine working right now. As you can see, the fan is running at full blast. The water is going to come out of the receptacle that I poured it in, out through this nozzle and into this pot. And it should take about, again, 4 to 5 hours. And the water is basically going to be clean. Very little particulates and filth or what have you will be in this water. Water is going to be close to its most pure form. It might be even more pure than the rainwater. The rainwater, that has to go through the atmosphere. There's pollutants and jet streams and what have you. So, as you can see, there's a tiny amount of water right now. So we'll check back in a few hours. So it's 5 hours later and we're done. And you can see that the water's pretty clear. I've already drank a little bit of this. And so what we're going to do now is I'll show you what's inside of the container when all the water has been evaporated and distilled and put into the pot. Again, this took about 5 hours. And let me show you. So as you can see, that is what's inside. A lot of minerals and God knows what else is in there from the pipes and water. But that's what is left over. And it's what's not that you're drinking. It's not going through your body. Your body's not processing it. So as you see, a collection of bottles are filled up with water. And I prefer glass. Again, the bottled water is usually in plastic containers, and God knows what's being leached into the water. BPA, industrial plastics and chemicals. But that's what distilled water looks like. And again, the name of the product that I use is Megahome. These can run anywhere from $200 to $300 per unit. But even though it seems like a high cost in terms of medical bills or long-term damage to your body, this could be probably worth your investment. Let me add also that there is a on-off button, well, an on button. If the water runs out, then the machine will automatically shut off intuitively. Or if the pot fills all the way up, it will shut off as well. From what I've been reading, the average American tap water has about between 100 and 400 parts per million of toxins, waste, medical supplies that are excreted into the water or into our water supply. Whereas distilled water, this one, it will have 1 part per million, so 99% less parts per million, which is pretty amazing. There are some articles out there about how much that document the parts per million. There's also a gauge that you can buy that I'm going to post up, as well as a place to purchase this water distiller, a link to it.